When I reached the age of 23, I got this burning desire to get breast enhancement surgery. While I was already a respectable C-cup, I lacked the firmness I longed for. I never liked wearing a bra. Determined to find a solution, I scheduled a consultation. Little did I know that this consultation would take an unexpected turn. I expressed my desire for a breast lift. However, the doctor suggested that implants would be the better option since I was very young. His rationale revolved around my young age and the potential impact of future pregnancies. He told me that I was very young, and he cautioned that the strain of childbirth could compromise the results of a breast lift, leading to complications and broken stitches. I said, "I don't think I want children, so that won't be a problem." He said, "You are still young. You might change your mind later on." Though hesitant, found myself swayed by the promise of achieving my desired, perfect breast size. Excitement and nerves tangled within me as I made the life-altering decision to proceed with breast implants. My boyfriend was so against this decision, but my mind was set. I was very stubborn and rarely listened to advice. He had no problem with the way I looked. Never did. Never made any bad comments about how I looked. This was something I wanted for myself. Based on my observations, the thought of women going under the knife and altering their bodies scares men. Most men don't want their women to do surgery because the thought of something going wrong or us not waking up from anesthesia stresses men out. It seems that many men tend to appreciate women who embrace their natural bodies. They often overlook the aspects that women may feel insecure about. When a man truly loves a woman, flaws are not something men notice or find important. When a man likes a woman, he displays a remarkable level of acceptance, embracing her flaws and all. This is something I like about men. I find that men are more accepting than women. Men will focus on a woman's overall looks, but women will zoom in and point out every little flaw. Ladies, stop highlighting things you are insecure about. Most men become aware of our flaws when we point it out to them. When you notice something you don't like, don't go and point it out to him. Anyway, in my mind, the image of a friend who had undergone a similar surgery reassured me. Her procedure had gone smoothly. She had a beautiful Coke bottle shape. Everything looked fine, leading me to believe that I had nothing to fear. However, as events unfolded, I was about to discover just how wrong I was. On the day of the surgery, I was informed that I needed to sign a document stating that the medical professionals would not be held responsible in the event of any complications or death. It was a standard procedure for all individuals undergoing plastic surgery, but I must admit, it made me slightly apprehensive when I saw the word death on the form. Nevertheless, I went ahead and signed the form. I just wanted to get my breasts done. I kept thinking how great I would look in some of my outfits, and I just kept focusing on that. I convinced myself that there was nothing to worry about. I thought, just do it and get it over with. Upon regaining consciousness after the surgery, I found myself in the presence of a male nurse who seemed to be closely observing me. I was lying down, and he was hovering over me. I couldn't help but notice that my pants felt quite loose, which raised some suspicions in my mind. However, I cannot definitively say if anything happened. The room was dark, and it was just him there. He assured me that he was simply keeping a watchful eye on my well-being. I was a bit drowsy, and just happy that I came out of the surgery alive. But up to this day, I still feel like he was up to something. Before the surgery, they told me that I needed to have someone there to take me home, but I'm not the type to ask for help, so I lied and told them I had someone waiting outside for me. I left the clinic pain-free. I took a taxi home alone, thinking everything went smoothly. I was alive, pain-free, and excited about my new Ds. But as the days pass, agony replaces the euphoria. Thankfully, the prescribed painkillers provide temporary relief. These potent drugs are sparingly prescribed for a reason, and I now understand why. They take the pain away and make you feel good as if you're floating on the clouds. I see why people become addicted to them. I didn't finish the bottle, I just took a few when the pain was unbearable. My advice to people going for surgery, make sure you have someone to help you after surgery. You will need someone to take care of you. I couldn't sleep on my bed because I had to sit up and sleep. I was unable to lift my arms, so I couldn't wash my hair. I couldn't dry myself off after I had taken a shower or put my clothes on. I was in a lot of pain and I needed a lot of help. I wasn't prepared for this at all. Most people are not prepared for these things. That was hard for me because I don't like to burden people with my problems. I had someone waiting on me, and it wasn't fair, because this was something I willingly did to myself. A few days later, I anxiously attended my post-examination, hoping to see my beautiful, perfect breast. What I saw when the bandages came off left me in utter horror. My breasts had the perfect shape and firmness I desired, but the middle part was hanging awkwardly in the center, looking deformed. It looked horrible. There was no way I could make this look normal. I would have to cover it up my whole life. That's how bad it was. Strangely, the doctor seemed unfazed by my distress, simply stating that it would cost me more to fix the problem. I'm telling you, this doctor was in his 60s. He looked like a sweet old man, very professional looking, but he wasn't professional at all. He was just a wicked, greedy doctor. I was like, you did this to me. My breasts looked better before I had this surgery. This wasn't what I was expecting. He didn't even care. He just stood there and looked at me. I should add, this place was in a very upscale area, and they advertised it on a well-known TV news channel here in my city. It wasn't a rundown place in some dark alleyway. Anyway, with barely enough funds to cover the initial surgery, I wondered how I could afford a corrective procedure. This is something I didn't think about, and people don't think about before doing surgery. People focus on saving enough money to get it done, not thinking about what could happen after. I was devastated and found myself weeping for days, regretting my decision to undergo this surgery. I thought to myself, I should have embraced the body God had given me. It felt like a punishment for yearning to alter my body. The weight of regret pressed upon me, and I resigned myself to the fact that I would have to live with this deformity until I could save enough money to rectify it. I was crying daily. Every time I took a shower, I was reminded of this horrible mistake I made. I was so angry at myself. For some reason, I cry when I am angry. I wanted so badly to go back to how I was before. I started to read other people's horror stories online, which made me feel worse. Something I should have done before my surgery. Please do your research before doing any type of surgery. In a moment of desperation, I confided in a more experienced colleague at work, sharing the depths of my predicament. To my surprise, she refused to accept the injustice I had endured. I didn't think she cared so much because we were not that close. She was much older than me, and I think she felt sorry for me. Determined to right this wrong, she bravely dialed the clinic's number and threatened to expose their misdeeds to the local news station, which coincidentally advertised their services. Fearing the potential fallout, the clinic agreed to fix the problem, but not without a catch. They insisted I pay an additional $1,000 for anesthesia during the second surgery. I am so grateful that she stepped in and helped me. Although it was an unexpected expense, it paled in comparison to the initial cost, which was $7,000. It was a lot of money then. What am I saying? It is a lot of money now. Reluctantly, I agreed. 2 weeks after the first surgery, they reopened the same incision that hadn't even fully healed. Even today, the scars serve as a constant reminder of that turbulent journey. The surgeon corrected his previous mistake by placing the implants in front of the breast muscle, resulting in a perfect appearance aside from the scars. From my research, this was something he should have done the first time. Ladies, don't assume a surgeon is skilled just because they practice in an upscale area, charge high fees, have years of experience, or display multiple degrees on their wall. Always do your research. Some may not even be real doctors. Thankfully, I have not encountered any health issues since then, and for that I am grateful to God. However, regret for undergoing the surgery lingers within me. I wish I had never embarked on this path. The thought of removing the implants crosses my mind, but their substantial size would necessitate yet another surgical procedure. The fear of something going wrong or of never waking up from the anesthesia scares me. Over the years, I have gained weight, and the implants now contribute to the illusion of increased weight, a feature I dislike immensely. A doctor friend of mine told me that I could have my implants removed free of charge if it's causing me health problems. Some services are free where I live, but I am afraid to do that. I would have to go under anesthesia again, and I don't want to do that unless I really have to. I can't tell you how much I regret doing this to my body. At this point in my life, I don't care about the things I used to care about. There are more important things to me now. If given the chance, I would have cherished my natural breasts instead. Even if I were to become financially capable, I would never willingly subject myself to surgery again. The risks and consequences far outweigh the fleeting benefits. Please, ladies, think hard before you do certain things, because you will change and you will want different things later on, and some things you cannot undo. Consider this cautionary tale before venturing into the realm of cosmetic surgery. It's essential to recognize that beneath the glamorous facade lie potential horrors and irreversible decisions. Think twice, 3 times, and then some more, for the path you choose may forever alter your body. There are a lot of women out there living with regrets. My experience is nothing compared to what they are living with. So, this is not a decision that should be taken lightly. I wish that I hadn't made that decision when I was younger. If you are a younger person in your teens or 20s, my advice to you is wait until you are a bit older to make such decision. What you want in your teens and 20s may not be what you want later in your life. So, think before you take that step. I now spend a lot of money on bras to minimize the breast because I don't like it. I asked this woman in the store, why is it so hard to find good supportive bras for double DDs and up? And she said, because people don't want to spend $50 and up. So I have another expense, which I am not happy about. I find myself buying plus-size clothes, and I am not even a plus size. Not like anything is wrong with plus size, ladies. Just trying to make a point here. Some clothes I can't wear because I'm busty on top and smaller at the bottom. My point is, be very careful when you try to alter your body, because in the future, you may not be happy, like me. Don't make the mistakes I made. Research the qualifications, experience, and credentials of the plastic surgeon. Look for board certification in plastic surgery, and check if they have any disciplinary actions or malpractice claims. Verify their experience with the specific procedure you're interested in. Very important. Ensure that the surgical facility where the procedure will be performed is accredited by a recognized organization. Research the safety protocols, infection control measures, and anesthesia standards followed by the facility. Understand the specifics of the procedure you're considering. Research the different techniques involved, potential risks and complications, expected outcomes, recovery process, and duration of results. Consider alternative, non-surgical, or less invasive treatments that may achieve similar results. Understand the pros and cons of these alternatives and discuss them with your surgeon to determine the best approach for your specific case. Read reviews and testimonials. I repeat, read reviews and testimonials from previous patients about their experiences with the surgeon and the procedure. This can provide insights into patient satisfaction, post-operative care, and overall results.